happy birthday or happy anniversary. Happy anniversary is probably more suiting, but the hunt for the good stuff, 1 year today. Going strong, baby. This episode is a special edition. We're hanging out in my kitchen. That's my microwave. I got some awesome stuff to talk about. Stay tuned. And I gotta give you so much love. Come here. Because without you, this would not exist. I wanna explain who I am. I wanna explain why I'm so passionate about food, why it's the only thing that I think about while I'm working, while I'm not working, while I'm about to go to sleep, when I'm waking up. It's easy when you ask that question of like, what are you really passionate about? There's no question about it. It's food for me. It's food. Don't get me wrong, I love my cars, I love my traveling, but food at its core wins me over. And I guess we gotta do one thing at a time, so let's start here, right? So even though we're just hanging out on my kitchen countertop, consider yourself invited into my home. This is a celebration, so come enjoy. What do I got lying around? Bam! Balvenie 30 year. For anybody who's a whiskey connoisseur, you're gonna appreciate this. This is compliments of my boy Michael Dangalengi, the extraordinary chef over at WS New York. If you're ever in the New York area, you need to give this spot a shot. Get over there. Tell him Bryan Ocampo, he's gonna blow you up. Oh, sorry. Sorry, everybody. I got a little mixed up in this one. We can talk about this a little bit later. But I want to give you a little backdrop about me. So, my degree's in biological science. I basically threw that out to work in restaurants. Now, that could be good or bad depending on how you look at it. Now, for me, it was so liberating. So basically, throughout the college years, I worked at, one of the nicest restaurants in New Jersey, and I had some good experience. I cared about food, and I didn't know how much I did care about it. So I ended up making some money in a different position, but I was not happy. It's that conversation that so many Americans have, and very few actually respond off of. So I basically said, okay, what can make you a little bit happier? So I decided to pack all my stuff in my car, drive myself across the country to the Napa Valley. It just woke up my soul like that. And it's amazing what you're capable of doing if you decide to jump off of that cliff. So I jumped. I gotta say, it might be the happiest that I've ever been. Oh, the Balvenie's insane. So when I finally get over to California, I end up working in the Napa Valley. So I had a decent pedigree already, but I wanted to beef that up a little bit. So Thomas Keller, one of the biggest chefs in my world, he had the French Laundry over there. And that was what I wanted to get to, one way or the other. 3 Michelin star, that's what we need to make happen. So I had the opportunity to work for Bouchon first, which was a 1 Michelin star rated restaurant. And then I ended up getting to the French Laundry. I saw behind closed doors, the education was insane. It's literally like every single day, there's like a dozen courses. And every single day, every single item changes. If you could wrap your head around that, just as an employee, me trying to take some time to literally work my 10-hour shift and then take whatever information that I need to study for the next day and do that as I'm trying to eat dinner, getting ready for the next day. It was just information overload, but it was the best way to learn. Outside of being a chef, literally putting your hands on the stuff, it was just education, being there with the brightest minds. So for me, it was priceless. I ended up migrating over to San Francisco. I moved in with my buddies over there for a while. What an experience. But I had the opportunity to work for a 2 Michelin star rated restaurant over in the heart of San Francisco called Qua. Now I'm happy to say that recently they actually just got their 3rd star. So you guys earned it, you really did. I had the opportunity to work in New York City under Grant Achat's company, which is the Aviary. So basically that kind of rounded out my whole idea of spirits, the concept of like mixed drinks, high quality beverages. So when coming to Miami, I ask a couple questions. One is, who's the biggest dog representing high quality cuisine over here in Miami? I got a couple different answers, but one of them was Bradley Kilgore. So I ended up working for Alter for a little bit while I actually got comfortable comfortable over here in the Miami lifestyle. And it was just, again, it's such an eye-opening experience. It's such a beautiful thing. So I'm really putting it all on the line to really push the limits of being what I'm capable of being. So what I want to do, I basically want to be like an Anthony Bourdain. I want to be able to travel to different exotic locales, talk about food very enthusiastically and spirited, and that's just me. That's who I am at my core. All these years of education, literally pumping in 50 hours a week, learning different types of food, has now kind of come full circle where I could have that conversation with you guys, and I could literally just liberate myself into a world that I didn't even think was possible. It's amazing over the last year what's happened. One video a week, that's all we gotta do. So I started pumping it out, and then you just start asking the right questions, because what your mind is focused on, you only have so much bandwidth. So if you really deeply focus into something, you start to learn about all these little things kind of going on around. You start to ask the right questions, basically. So that's exactly what happened. So, you know, a video turned into me having a conversation with the owner of a restaurant, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Deeply embedding yourself inside of the community. I love that. And then it started to evolve into getting stuff, which was like, I remember Stephanie from Stephanie's Crepes. She's awesome, by the way. Go over and see her. She was so generous to offer me tickets to the Food and Wine Festival over in South Beach. Now, those things were like $200+, and she didn't need to hand me 2 of them, but she did because she appreciated my style of filming, what insights I brought, and really the passion that I brought to the camera. And it's those little things that just started opening up for me. Then, before you know it, people started asking me to go out to these media dine things. So you go out, you know, for a business owner, it's kind of like a marketing thing. So you take pictures, you show off some stuff that they're capable of, they give you some free food. Pretty awesome. But literally just earlier today, I ended up getting like a contract to sign for future events. So basically, you know, they want my information on file so they could pump restaurateurs my way, where I could ultimately end up getting paid for it or just enjoying myself for the night. One of the biggest names in the Latin American community for food reviews was actually a judge next to me for one of these taco festivals that they had for National Taco Day, and it's only the beginning. It literally, the flame is catching, and for me, I want to say happy birthday to my brother Johnny. Now, not to throw a negative tone under anything, but my brother Johnny, he passed away in 2014. The reason that's important is because it gives me the opportunity to kind of check myself on a daily basis and say, give it a shot, because nothing is certain. And if nothing's certain, then why not try to do what you're actually passionate about? And that's exactly what I'm doing here. And this year coming up is gonna be a banger. And why I'm saying that is because I bought myself a couple little somethings for the anniversary of the channel. It's really to kind of make the channel better. So I'm focusing on audio quality, I'm focusing on the visuals, I'm focusing on the overall experience. So this upcoming year, if you liked what I had provided to you this year, stay tuned, because it's only gonna get so much better. So thank you so much for sticking by. You guys are awesome. If you got this far, double high five. If not, that's cool too. Stay tuned. This Sunday, still another episode for you. You know the deal. You keep watching. I'ma keep hunting. And I'm gonna see you soon, okay? That's so good. It's so rich. It's coating. That's apple, pear, vanilla, marzipan, baking spices. It's good for another video. Just know